I have no clue how long this video is going to be or like what it's going to entail, but I'm going to try and do my best. What's up, everybody? I know it's been like a few weeks since I posted on YouTube. Totally my bad. That's what the whole point of this video is. But I appreciate everyone and all the support that I've been consistently shown even throughout this past month where I've been pretty inactive on all social media. I really want to take some time to walk through kind of what was going through my head, why I decided to take a break, and just everything that I've been feeling the past few months especially. So kind of taking it back a little bit to over the summer, I was out of my mind stoked. I could not have been happier making content every day, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It was just like a total combination of just like really enjoying expressing myself and being unapologetically myself. And I didn't care at all what people thought about me, which is something that I preach so much. I've made podcast episodes about it. Anytime I talk to anyone who DMs me, I'm just like, it doesn't matter what other people say. I literally coined the quote, external criticism is a direct result of internal insecurity. I've said that so many times. And over the summer, that's entirely what my headspace was like. That's entirely how I was rocking. I was doing everything that I wanted to do. I was really pushing myself to be the version of myself that I always saw, and it was really good. And then coming back to college for my senior year, I really just hit a wall, I want to say. I definitely became confused with what I wanted to do next regarding life. I felt like an obligation that I needed to settle down, figure out a job, start really just getting used to the idea that content and coaching and being an athlete wasn't going to work out for me, which was really looking back on it weird at the time, because as I moved back to school, I won my powerlifting competition. I had placed first in class in summer shredding, had just ran a marathon, and was preparing to be for my second show, which I ended up becoming a natural pro bodybuilder. It wasn't I wasn't doing well, and I don't mean that in a bragging way. I'm just looking at objectively, I was doing well in my competitions, my content was going well, everything was going well, and for some reason I just that lost all confidence in myself, and it sucked. It definitely did suck, but I really tried to stay the path and just keep working. And my first semester of my senior year was definitely a little tough, a little bit isolating on myself. I hate to say it, but I feel I'm a little self-destructive at times. So I really isolated myself because I was trying to figure out why I was in this funk of a headspace, and it was definitely hard because over the summer it was I loved doing this. I loved being happy about it, and then all of the fall and winter, I was just what am I doing? And especially even when I got home for winter break, I was struggling to make content. I went from posting 3 times a day on TikTok every single day to once every 3 days. And it wasn't I was running out of ideas or anything. Most of my ideas are pretty stupid. I'm just this would be funny, and either it works out or it doesn't. But I didn't have ambition or motivation to keep going with what I was doing. And over winter break, on YouTube, I went from uploading once a week to I think I uploaded one video in the whole span of December to January. It was just there was no drive for me to keep posting on social media, and it was hard too because I was talking with my clients who I work with a lot, and I didn't know how to really fully address the problem, because I was just I don't know what's going on in my head, why all of a sudden this kind of just all stopped meaning so much to me. And then January came around, and I moved back out to California to start my last semester, and it kind of all hit me at once, and I was just I need to find a job. And I kind of folded my hands, was just I'm gonna put content on the back burner right now. I'm just gonna focus on interviews, applying for jobs, and I'm not bashing anything like that at all. I'm gonna keep talking about my experience of it. It was just I felt the need to do that. And a big reason why I also felt that is I'm a first generation college student. I've been blessed to be on a full academic scholarship at USC, and I kept telling myself, I need to set my family up for success. I need to make sure that down the line, my kid, he's all good, he's got a network built. I need to make sure that I'm taking care of my family right now. And I just continued, and I've done this for so long, but I gave myself significantly more things to be responsible for and to worry about than I really need to. And pretty much the whole first month and a half of this semester, I was so focused on finding a job, and it was the only thing I really thought about every single day. It would keep me up at night. I was super anxious. I was taking classes. I had to take a stress management class this semester. Like, I finished my degree in my minor last semester, so I'm taking electives. I'm taking a stress management class, and I've never been more stressed out in my life. And like always, it would be like, think about your number one stressor, and mine was just like finding a job. Like, I just convinced myself that this business that I had started, that all the content, everything that I've been doing the past year of my life just like was supposed to go away. I was just like, yep, I don't want to do this anymore. And I had talked to my friends, I had talked to my parents, I talked to other guys that I've been blessed to form relationships with through social media, and I was just like, yep, I'm taking a break. I'm going to find a job, and I had full intentions of just like phasing out social media entirely. And it wasn't until this past weekend that it really all built up and just like exploded in my face. I always talk about being like super vulnerable and open about mental health, and that's something that I'm always going to be passionate about, and so I'm going to do the same. But yeah, I really had what I think was a mental breakdown, and it was tough. I just remember crying a lot and looking back in the past year of my life and realizing that I've made some mistakes and that I've lost some important relationships that I should be prioritizing. I just neglected them. I neglected my support. I neglected how grateful I am to be in a position where I can help a lot of people, where I can talk to a lot of people, where people just want to follow me and support me for me, and they want to see me become successful. Like, I entirely neglected that, and I'm very sorry. I want to apologize to all of you that follow and support me, because I was definitely acting a little bit selfish, and I don't even know if it was selfish or like I was just like prioritizing what I thought I cared about, when in reality, like, doing this, talking to the camera and creating content, inspiring other people, that's what I'm truly passionate about. Like, I spent so long trying to figure out what jobs I can apply for to use my background in neuroscience and psychology and my certification as a certified personal trainer. I was like, what can I do for all that? And I was looking at like sales jobs, and like, don't get me wrong, sales jobs great, but I was just like my only goal with everything in life is just like, I want to help other people. That's always been like priority number one. I was like, no matter what I do, I want to make sure that I'm in a position where I can help other people, where people can reach out to me for guidance, for support, for mentorship. Like, that's what I want to do. And like I said, like this past weekend, it just all hit me. I'm like, holy crap! Like, I literally am if I want that, if that is my number one priority, then doing what I'm doing right now is how I'm gonna get there. I am so lucky to have communities and a following on social media that I can reach out and help hundreds of thousands of people. I'm so grateful for that opportunity, and that's exactly what I want to do. When people DM me, asking me questions, when people comment, when there's just like this response, this community that I'm building where I can support other people, that's exactly what I've always wanted to do. And it just was like, why am I trying to give this up? Why am I trying to step away from this? Additionally, I was thinking about it, and I was just like, I love competing. I love being an athlete, whether it be marathons, bodybuilding, powerlifting. I'm gonna do an Ironman, I'm gonna do an ultra marathon, I'm gonna do CrossFit Games. Like, no matter what it is, like, me as a human being, I'm a hard worker. I pride myself on my work ethic, and every single one of those rewards work ethic. It's just like, if you show up every single day, if you run and hit your run every single day in marathon training, if you're hitting your lifts in powerlifting, if you're staying consistent with your diet and bodybuilding, like, you will see results. And that's like been everything that I've always wanted, just like pure reward for how hard you're working. And I love it. I just was at such a loss of words, of thoughts. I was just like, how am I gonna keep doing that when I have to prioritize doing something else that I'm not entirely passionate about? Like, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I live for, and I have the opportunity to continue on with it. At 21 years old, like, I've only been doing this for a year. Like, why did I feel the need that I had to give it all up? Like, that's what was really hitting me. And with the great support of my friends, who I love very much, I was reassured. I was definitely making some mistakes, and I've definitely got to do my fair share of building back up with everything. But I genuinely do think that I'm on the right path. I genuinely do want to bet on myself and say, hey, like, what I'm doing right now, like, this is how I'm going to help people. This is how I'm going to inspire like young individuals to share their struggles, to talk about their mental health, but to persevere through it, to accomplish their goals, to like achieve their biggest dreams. Like these platforms, what I'm doing right now, like that's how I'm gonna do it. So I've got a whole bunch of sticky notes on my wall. I'm not gonna show it because some of them are personal. Maybe I'll show them one day, but I have full intention of giving my all to this, giving my all to my coaching business, giving my all to my content on all of my major platforms, giving my all to Perspective Points, the podcast. Like nothing is more rewarding than when an individual comes up to me in the gym or out in public and they're like, I know who you are, I know what you're doing, it's truly inspiring, keep going. And it's crazy because like for so long I've been surrounded by just so much support, and like a lot of times in my life, the only person that's really doubted me or been like a big critic of what I'm doing is myself. And I definitely do think that I'm a work in progress, that I'm always going to be continuing to learn more about myself, learn more about what I want to improve upon, and just continue working towards that version of myself that I see down the road, who's just making a difference in the world. But yeah, I really wanted to take some time to set the record straight on where I've been, to kind of explain to all of you, and apologize too, because I feel like I need to just say like I'm sorry for not fully appreciating the opportunity and the support and the people that I've been blessed with. So I really want to thank anyone who's watching this for sticking around, whether or not this is the only video you ever watch and then you never come back, or if this is the first of the many that you watch afterwards. I just want to thank you for the support, and I'm here to hopefully inspire and make a difference in other individuals' lives, because at the end of the day, if I could mentor someone, if I could guide someone to becoming the best version of themselves, that's really all I want to do in this life. So yeah, I think I've said everything, but we're back. We are very, very back. And I'm really excited because I haven't been this motivated since the summer. I haven't felt this reassured of myself as a human being since the summer. And I really think that we can start doing something super special, that we all can do something really special. And I just want to take you guys on my journey. So that being said, once again, thank you guys. My bad for being an idiot the past few months, but it's time we turn things around and start making a difference. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.